My friends, we need to wipe the smiles off of our faces. What do I mean by that? Here's what I mean by that. Headline from Haaretz. Israel has seen an alarming rise in pregnancy, sexual violence, drug use, and gambling among teens, according to a nonprofit group's annual report. From the Education Resources Information Center, drug use among high school students in Israel, a syndrome of social vulnerability. From YNetNews.com, about 70,000 youths, constituting 10% of Israelis between 12 and 17, use drugs, according to the Israel Anti-Drug Authority. From the Associated Press, when an explosion goes off on a busy Israeli street these days, it seems as likely to be a mob hit as a Palestinian attack. Rival underworld gangs are waging bloody battles for control of gambling and protection rackets, targeting each other with bullets, bombs, and anti-tank missiles. From Haaretz again. More and more teenagers are working as prostitutes around the country, according to the nonprofit organization Elim Youth in Distress. From YNetNews.com again. In a document from May 2009 titled Israel, a Promised Land for Organized Crime, American Ambassador James Cunningham wrote that, quote, organized crime has long-standing roots in Israel, but in recent years there's been a sharp increase in the reach and impact of organized crime networks. From the Seattle Times, a headline, Holocaust survivors' poverty is Israel's dirty little secret. And once again from YNetNews.com, Israeli youth suffer from higher rates of depression in comparison with other children in non-conflict countries in the West, such as the U.S. and Britain, according to a comparative study recently conducted in Britain. We need to wipe the smiles off our faces, because when I talk to Israelis from Israel living here, and I talk to American Jews, and I talk about these problems, invariably the conversation dwindles down to a smile, and the smile is intended to say, well, you know, that's Israel, that's the way life is there. Well, my friends, that is not the way life is supposed to be there, and it cannot continue. For those of you who like to go to the movies, you remember the 1976 movie Network. Here's a clip.
He returned to the Vienna. This is Ed Fletcher in Vienna.
K2Q Howard. I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street. There's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman, because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
I wrote a book about my radio show, which is called Real Truth, and the book is called Real Truth, Stay Angry, because that's what people need to do in order to take action against wrongs being committed against innocent men, women, and children. I sign off my show every once in a while by telling people stay safe, stay healthy, and stay angry. And my friends, that smile that says, well, that's the way things are and that's the way it'll always be, just doesn't cut it anymore. We're coming to a climax, an apex in history, and the problems in Israel will be solved, either by us or by the Almighty. And believe me, it's to our benefit for us to be the ones to solve them. We need to take action. We need to take action immediately. And I mean immediately. My name's Howard Riell. I'm Yisrael Chai.